A few weeks ago, a deal landed on my desk that I almost passed on. A house in Indianapolis. Nothing fancy, but attached to it was something that most people never get to see up close. A real mortgage note, paying every month, that I could actually buy. The second I started digging in, I realized this one deal answers almost every question people ask me about getting started. So today, I'm going to walk you through it. Not a theory, the actual deal. What it is, who's paying, and the questions you have to answer before you ever buy something like this. Because here's what I've learned since I started in real estate back in 2006. The hardest part of your first note isn't the math. It's deciding if it's actually for you. Let me back up. For years, I did real estate the way most people do. I owned property. I had tenants. I had a management company in a city that I didn't even live in. And some months after everything, that investment took money out of my pocket. I've been through the restructures and absent management, even a syndication that turned out to be a scam. I've learned the hard way that owning the building isn't the only way to be in real estate. There's another seat at the table. The bank's seat. The bank doesn't fix toilets. The bank doesn't chase tenants. The bank holds the loan, holds the first lien on the property and collects the payment every month. That's what a mortgage note is, the debt behind the house. And regular people can own it. That's the whole idea behind what we do. Become the bank. So let me tell you about the deal in Indianapolis, because it's a perfect example. And let me start with the man making the payments. The bank rejected him. His payment history is perfect. 40 months, not one late payment. So why did the bank say no? He's self-employed, or he files his taxes under an I-10 number, not Social Security. He doesn't fit their box. So the bank walks away. And somebody else collects his payments every month. That somebody could be you. This is what most people don't realize. There are good working people making their payments on time who the banks simply won't touch. Not because they're risky, because they don't fit a form. And every one of them needs someone to hold their loan. Here's the shape of the deal. The original loan is about $180,000, 8% interest, and a 30-year term. That works out roughly $1,320 a month coming in. The investor who created this loan has held it for 40 months, and now he wants to sell it. I'll get into why he's selling in another video because that part matters. But sit with the numbers for a second. $180,000, 8% interest, 40 months of payments, never once late. The seller wants out so he can buy more houses. And you can step into his shoes and collect every payment from here. Would you buy it? Comment A if you take the deal. Comment B if you walk. There's no wrong answer. But your answer tells you everything about the investor that you are. Now, here's where most people get it backwards. They fall in love with the numbers first. Does the deal even belong in your plan? That's the first question. Not, is it a good deal? Plenty of good deals are wrong for the wrong person. Cash sitting in a retirement account earning nothing. A note like this turns it into monthly payments backed by a house. But if you need that cash in 6 months, it's the wrong move. The deal isn't the strategy. You are. So before you ever buy something like this, you've got to know what you're actually trying to build. Are you trying to replace a paycheck someday? Or park retirement money in something real instead of watching it earn almost nothing in a savings account? Get off the tenant treadmill for good? You know, a note can do all of those. but the right note depends on which one is you. And that's really where people split into three doors. Some folks want to learn this properly and do their first deal with someone in their corner. And that's exactly what our Quiet Wealth Income Builder program is. A guided path from I don't get it to I own my first note. Some people don't want to learn the mechanics at all. They just want their money working, fully passive, and we manage the whole thing for them. And some are ready to buy their own note outright. Full control, full yield, with us guiding the way. Same asset, three different ways in. None of them is better. They just match different people. The deal I showed you today could fit any of the three. So let me leave you with this. If you've watched this far, you're not casually cautious. You're the kind of person who've been looking for something real to put your money into. Not a stock chart that keeps you up at night. Not another rental headache. Just steady, backed by a house, paid every month. And if you're new here, welcome. This is what we do every week. Real deals, real numbers, no hype. Your first deal won't feel passive. And that's exactly the point. You'll read the file twice. You'll ask questions that feel dumb. You'll triple check the numbers before you wire $1. That's not a flaw. That's the learning to be the bank. The work happens once, up front. Then the payment shows up every month while you do nothing. Passive is the destination. The first deal is just the doorway. If you want to walk through that doorway with me, I built a free 5-day challenge that takes you from zero to understanding exactly how this works. One short lesson a day, no obligations. The link right below in this video. And do me a favor. Tell me in the comments which one of the four you are. The tired landlord? The saver with money going nowhere? The one nervous about the market? Or the one with retirement money you want working harder? I read every comment. I'll see you in the next one.